Hey everyone, how's your day going? So, Hockey Card Breaks back with another Beckett review. So, today we're going to switch it up. I know I've been doing the older issues, Volume 1 issues 1 through 4, which you can go back and check. They are a bit boring, I admit, but some fascinating parts. But today we're going to switch it up and do a new modern one. Not too modern, but this one was more like, 2002. So this was after a lot of the old players had disappeared or faded into obscurity. And this is when players such as the cover player here, Jose Theodore, were coming into their own. This is from October 2002. So this is at the start of the new hockey season. And by this point, the price was still relatively cheap, $5.99, so $6 for the Beckett. So on the cover we have Jose Theodore. I know I just called him Jose, but it's Jose Theodore, and this is after his Hart Trophy winning season with Montreal in 2001-2002. So at this point, his rookie had gone way up in value, and now obviously it's plummeted again. But Jose Theodore was a member of the Colorado Avalanche at one point, so this really makes for a nice cover for me because I collect everyone that's been on Colorado at one point or another. So that's enough of that. Let's get started. So really nice cover, and by this time they had stopped doing the artist drawing, which was really unfortunate. I really loved that part of the old Beckett, but the content in this more than made up for it. So on the back, we'll see on the back we'll see an ad for 2002, 2003, I believe. Yes, tops. So, same as OPG. Well, yeah, 02, 03. Oh, and there goes the back, but oh well, whatever. So Patrick Waugh was the spokesperson for this set right here. So enough of that. Let's get started. So on the inside, you'll notice it says Beckett congratulates the top 3, and then you flip it, top 3 picks of the 2002 NHL entry draft. So Jay Bouwmeester, Rick Nash, and Kari Lehtonen. And in order to get that poster, I'd have to take the cover off, and that's not happening. So we'll see if we can just get a nice overview for you. Try. It's tricky. Yeah. So there we go. Not the best, but I don't want to damage it. I'm going to skip the ads because no one wants to see those. You'll just see those as we go. So table of contents. This was kind of interesting. They'll own hockey history in a DVD of Red Alert Hockey Town 3. So this was discussing when Detroit won the cup for the 10th time in history. Yeah, that was a stacked team. It had Hasek, it had Chelios, it had Arzeman, Shanahan, Fedorov. Just a powerful team. And Hasek had won his cup. So right here, the short print section, and right here you'll notice it's discussing Dan Hamhuis. So Nashville's first choice, 12 overall in the 2001 NHL entry draft. And collectors will love this guy's offense. Hamhuis is a smooth skating defenseman, the hockey sense, the passing skills, and heavy shot that every team looks for in a power play quarterback. They compared him to Scott Niedermayer, which was a bit of a stretch, but he was still developing, so his potential was still to be seen. And this is his junior card, prospect card. And collecting the Canadiens right here, the memorabilia of the Montreal Canadiens. So this is an book that was released on collecting Montreal and their collectibles, all the old-time players. Heroes of Hockey, Henry Richard, 10-time Well, 11-time Stanley Cup winner. Cool. And here we go. Cup reunion signing sessions benefits 9/11 charities. So Boston did a team function with the contributions going to the 9/11 fund. So they have players such as Phil Esposito, Gary Cheevers, Ken Hodge, Wayne Cashman, John McKenzie, Don Ari, Don Marcotte, Rick Smith, and Dallas Smith, along with Joe Thornton and some current players. And yeah, and this event happened back then. September 7th, okay. Collector Spotlight. So this guy used to collect Mike Modano. And I'll just, sorry, the glare. I'll just pause it right here so you can give that a quick read. Just talks about his collection. Pretty cool. Who knows, you might be checking out this YouTube video. I doubt it, but you never know. So moving on. And Beckett used to have really nice product reviews. So buy the box. And this was for 03 Pacific. 2001 02 Pacific. They got that wrong. It's supposed to be 02 03 Pacific. Small error. So yeah, packs per box 36, and there's all the information on that product. And there's a jersey card they pulled of Martin Erat. Jersey cards were still relatively new at this time. They debuted in 1996 with Upper Deck, so they were still relatively new. Autographs were still coming into their own, well, through Be a Player. But speaking of Be a Player, here's 02-03 Be a Player First Edition. And that's a bit of information on their cards. Sorry, I'm trying to get you a close-up of this. There we go. Pretty cool, first edition. Here's 02-03 Pacific Heads Up. Sorry, let me readjust that. Okay, there we go. So 02-03 Pacific Heads Up. And they included a bobblehead. And here's 02-03 MVP. So MVP and their list of inserts that they had. There's Curtis Joseph, who was traded to Detroit in the offseason. And that's his press conference photo. And there we go. And lots of old ads. Like the Hockey Connection. I don't even know if they still exist. They might not. They were in North York. They might. I have no idea. So, Price Guide Flashback. So, this was from the October 98 issue. 4 years previous. It's kind of an odd measurement of time, but whatever. So, Black Diamond Maxim Infiniganov. At the time, it was worth 75 cents. Then, at this time, it was $8. That's pretty confusing sounding. I apologize for that. But at the time of this issue, it had gone up to $8. Maxim Infiniganov had established himself as a pretty good player with Buffalo. And that was the 97-98 Black Diamond issue, picturing him on Team Russia, the Russia Juniors. And down arrows, David Legwan was $8, but by this time he hadn't really established, like he had established himself, but he didn't really reach the standards, high standards, expectations, of the hobby. So he was still $5, still a serviceable player, but he really didn't reach the height, but still can't knock his career. He still accomplished a good career with Nashville. So right here, good guy Scott Hartnell, and there's an article on Hartnell. First 2 years in Nashville, and there's an article on Scott Hartnell. Hartnell down. Remember in the All-Star game a few years back, he was Dion Phaneuf was skating by on the bench, and Scott Hartnell from the bench told him to suck it. It was highly entertaining. But that's not PG, but hey, it was his words, not mine. So Topps announces plans for factory set. And that's the advertisement on the back. So this was the factory set they were putting out. And it had been a while since they did a factory set. Topps had gone out for a few years. And then it made its comeback in 99. Well, Topps was still around, but they had gone back to making factory sets. So, yeah. Okay, The Impossible Dream. Now, this is a fascinating read right here. This guy chased down the 2001-2002 Titanium rookie set, the True Rookies, which today, well, 13, 14, their True Rookies were numbered to their jersey card. And this guy had tracked down all of these, which was a great accomplishment, this gentleman right here. 2001-2002 Titanium, but the one card that eluded him was the Ty Conklin, which was 1 of 1. It was a 1 of 1 rookie. I remember the hobby was making a big deal out of it back in the day, and eventually it was pulled. I don't know if it was pulled by this gentleman, but they pulled the Ty Conklin. So, of the SPs I have acquired, and he acquired the Kovalchuk, Eric Cole, Nico Kapanen, Jason Chimera, Christian Salius, just all these old names. He was still looking for the Pavel Datsyuk. That probably cost him quite a fortune if he did get it. And the Conklin, which was huge. But yeah, there's a nice little article there. And I'll just go like this over it, so you can all just see what that's about. Okay, right here is another buy the box preview. So they used to focus on a lot of box breaks, and they still do, but they don't. It's not in full color like this, and I've really liked just reading on the different breaks and all that. And that was the card they pulled. They pulled a Alexei Yashin gold parallel out of 100. So that's not too bad. 1 gold parallel per box. But yes. So inserts total 29, expected 29. Duplicates 112 duplicates. Wow. But Victory had 36 packs and 10 cards per pack. And if you were to open it now, they'd probably be all stuck together, and it would be torture and not make for such a fun break. But you never know. You can probably find some older issues, but that's 02-03 Victory. Quebec government okay sale of Maurice Richard memorabilia. So this is after he had passed away. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Yeah, so right there is a cool little read. After months of legal wrangling, the Quebec government has approved the sale of 47 memorabilia items from Canadians' great Maurice Rocket Richard to the Canadian Museum of Civilization, the Toronto Star reported. So that was from an article from the Toronto Star. Not the Maple, what am I saying? Okay, so right here you have the unlisted stars and the semi-stars, both vintage and modern, and this was one of my favorite features. Just brings back a lot of memories. Here are some of the names listed here, like under the unlisted stars you have Tony Amonte, Ed Belfour, Chris Chelios, Datsyuk, Elias, Fleury, Gagne, Heatley, Hedberg, and the list goes on. I'm not going to read them all because that would be boring. Then the semi-stars, and oddly enough, Jerome Ginla was listed under semi-stars, but he was still coming into his own. He got bumped up to unlisted star after this, after he competed with Jose Theodore for the Hart Trophy the previous season. So he was coming into his own. The hobby took notice, and his cards went up. And then you have the vintage and the vintage unlisted stars and the semi-stars. And there's another ad. Look at all the boxes. This is 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003 boxes. different sports. Forever Collectibles. Remember the bobbleheads? Remember those were a thing? Ooh, I'd love to have some of those. They got Rob Blake. They misspelled Fedorov in the ad, but that happens. Yager, Medano, Foot, Sakic, Kolzig, and Lindstrom. $20 each. Not bad. I wonder if they're still being offered. I highly doubt it. And here's the price guide. I won't focus on this too much. Just gonna skim through this. For example, I'm just gonna look up some of the key cards. Like Gordie Howe's rookie was worth $3,000 at this time. Let's see. Yeah. Jacques Plante's rookie was worth $800 into 55, 56. Jean Beliveau 53-54 was worth $600. And those have gone up since, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. So here's some more vintage stuff. More vintage. Pretty nice. You can just pause the video, take a quick glance if you wish. This is the mid-70s to the beginning of the 80s. Gretzky's rookie at this time had gone up to $900. And that was ungraded. Not much movement in this issue, unlike at the beginning. As the prices for these cards had stabilized and were pretty consistent. Ray Bourque rookie, $180. Wow, and that's dropped by like nearly 100 now. Pretty crazy. Patrick Waugh, his rookie, up in... Oh, I can't even get it for you. His rookie was worth $200. Sorry, it's tricky. $200. Lemieux was worth $300. There's just all the listings and all that. So I'm gonna skip all this. Skip all the price guides. We'll just focus on what was trending at the time. So, Be a Player First Edition. Now, this was a really cool feature that Beckett had. I believe it must have been an advertisement for Be a Player. They were really great with their ads. Yeah, so here's the box of it. Be a Player. And inside, which I always loved reading, is a checklist of all the set. So, this is a checklist of the set. Team scoring leaders. Base set right here. Up close and personal. NHL stats leaders. All-star starting lineup. Right there on the top. Pretty cool. And right here is just a gallery of what those cards look like. So you had the base card. You had the franchise player. You had stats leader subset. Czechmanic, Wall, and Turco. Ilya Kovalchuk, Teemu Selanne jersey card right here, memorabilia. You had the All-Star starting lineup subset. Remember these jerseys, the North American World. Fedorov, and you have a really nice looking Brendan Shanahan 2-color. So we're gonna skip ahead to this. This is like all the current listings. I won't go into that for this issue. It's too much to go through. Let's just look at some of this though. Look at some of the up arrows, like right here. Right here. Yeah, so Havlat, Czechmanic, Abisher was going down. They were just fluctuating all over the place. Yeah, so Beckett at this point was, there was more sets obviously being listed. But here's what you probably want to see right here. So these were the hot rookies, the hot cards at the time. And you have, the first one was the 0102 SP Authentic Ilya Kovalchuk, which might ring true for this upcoming season because he signed with the LA Kings. And he's going to probably get a lot of attention throughout the season. SP Authentic and his young gun from 0102 is going to be probably a hot buy on speculation. We shall see, but it'll be interesting to see throughout this upcoming season. So another young player that was on the rise was Stefan Weiss. Now, he didn't really accomplish much. I shouldn't say that, but on an NHL level, in terms of the hobby, he didn't really stick around long. I don't even know if he still plays. I think he does. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this was his Titanium Draft Day edition. And they even included little notes on each card. So, for example, this Titanium Draft Day edition Stefan Weiss said, like the cards of Mike Comrie last season, Weiss issues are driven by the fact that there are so few of them. The relatively wide availability of this single makes it the hobby's favorite. So, right here, Premier Collection, it doesn't take a hobby hawking, that makes no sense. It doesn't take a hobby hawking to do the math on this one. 399 copies simply won't be enough to meet the long-term demand from the growing legion of Weiss fans. Cool. Okay, and here's the card that was discussed on the issue on the cover. Jose Theodore's 95-96 Upper Deck rookie. Program of Excellence, picturing him in a Team Canada jersey with the heart and the Vezina safely on the shelf. Theodore proved he's among the best in the game. He's now expected to assert himself in the upper echelon of the hobby as well. Now, he did stick around for a while, and then he went to Colorado, and I had high hopes for him, but he kind of fizzled out. And then he just bounced around a few teams, and then he retired. But still, you can't take away from his 2001-2002 season, or he was pretty much like just... It was an MVP performance, and it mounted Montreal back into playoff contention. And Carey Price, while he has been great in the regular season, hasn't had as much success in my opinion, simply because there's just so much more competition in the goaltending ranks in the NHL currently. So here's another card on the hot list, Marian Gaborik, private stock. So he was still being heavily collected. Collectors expecting a big follow-up from the Rookie of the Year are jumping on top quality copies of this condition-sensitive single. Yeah, Black Diamond was always condition-sensitive. 2001-2002, Stefan Weiss. There's an odd one. Steve Eisman, talk of his potential retirement did nothing to slow sales for Stevie Y's key issue. In fact, it may have spurred interest. Yeah. Ilya Kovalchuk SP game used. SPX Pavel Datsuk, Mark Denis, 95-96 Upper Deck. Wow, that's something you don't see often. With old mate Ron Tugnut gone to Dallas, the hobby is anticipating Denis will emerge gloriously from his shadow, much as Jose Theodore did last season in Montreal. Marty Turkel was coming into his own in Dallas. Pavel Datsuk, Simon Gagne. If you don't already have one of these cards, your search is only going to get tougher. Gagne's best days are ahead of him, and these cards are very scarce in top condition. Cool. And right here is Marian Gaborik. So, and then there's the insert singles. So they had the insert singles. Number one was the 02-03 Pacific jersey, Ilya Kovalchuk jersey, stick, and auto. Yeah. So I'm going to just show this on screen. I won't discuss this as much, as you've seen the trends. Insert sets, graded cards. Ilya Kovalchuk, Bobby Orr, Curtis Joseph, Ilya Kovalchuk, and Gordie Howe. So that's when graded cards were becoming all the rage. Be a player, base sets. So that's popular base sets. And here's the short report. So this is random sales that they gathered off of eBay. Cards 25 and less. So that's a really cool feature. I wish they would bring that back, but who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. And then this is aerospace. So this is just discussing all the latest hobby trends. Yeah. Talking about 0102 Premier Collection. Blue Jackets. with the departure of Ron Tuckett to Dallas. I don't know why they lowercase Dallas there. Patrick Well's former protege in Colorado. Wow, they lowercase Colorado too. So that's just discussing the hot list. Yeah. And then there's more here. Check. Stefan Weiss. Datsuk Heatley. Some of the popular names back then. If you're a serious prospect fan, you might want to keep these three names in the back of your mind. Kevin Nastyuk, Sean Bell, and Nigel Dawes. Right there. Yep. Out of sight, out of mind. And these are the pricing for the graded cards. So that was always cool. I never did get a graded card. I might soon, but some of the prices for the graded cards. And then this is for the autograph pucks and all that. So it would be cool if they had that these days. It would be really cool if they had that. Here's a list of the team addresses. Atlanta Thrashers. Oh wow. Still there. Phoenix Coyotes, obviously now Arizona. So enough of that. Wow, 26 minutes. I apologize for the length of this video. In 2 short years, signature Superman Scott Keim has netted more than 600 certified autograph cards. And he's just getting started. So he collected autograph cards exclusively. That is crazy. 600. Impressive, especially back then. Ink Trail, Robert Esch. So this is a story about a player or a fan meeting Robert Esch. Right there. Pretty cool. Changing of the Guardian. Girlfriend being crazy in the background. Essential card history. So his first card was 95 signature rookies. And yeah. So let me just see. Okay. Sorry about the shine. Here we go. 95 signature rookies. Right here. Little article on Theodore about the winning the awards in his season. There he is against Joe Thornton. 10 fast facts about Jose Theodore. It's pronounced Jose Theodore. There you go. In case you weren't sure. Nicknamed San Jose. I don't know where he got that to. I've never heard of that. This wasn't his first MVP title. He also earned recognition as the best player in the QMJHL in 94-95. Pretty cool. So some interesting facts on Jose Theodore. And this one's a pretty good article discussing Henrik Zetterberg, who's drafted late draft pick by Detroit, and obviously he's gone on to a Hall of Fame career. Has won the Stanley Cup a few times. Combine a hotshot young prospect with the best team in hockey, and what do you get this season's sweetest hobby treat? Henrik Zetterberg of the Detroit Red Wings. And there's his MVP Swedish rookie, produced in Sweden. There's a Zetterberg, nice Zetterberg autograph. And if you want to give this a quick read, I will gladly zoom in for you. There we go. You can just pause it at your own leisure. There we go. Discussing about Kovalchuk, comparing Kovalchuk and some of the current players to him. There we go. Comparisons to Forsberg, which were warranted in my opinion. Zetterberg was just always a stud. I always liked his style of play. There we go. Pretty cool. And then Reader's Right. So this is more of the letters that were wrote in to this magazine. Manny was nice to sign the single, but in doing so, he rendered it invalid for grading. I think that's changed since. It may not have, but You can still get cards graded, signed. Yeah. Mystery unravels. Some luck necessary. Crack or not to crack. And now this update. I recently got a 0102 Upper Deck MVP hobby box. I got a lot of good. Sorry. There you go. But I know something odd when I meant to check the values. My cards only went up to 2020. Or 220. Jeez. Yeah. So that's because the rookies were exchanged. They weren't listed. So Double Standard, the grading game by David Lee and Al Muir. So this is a fascinating article. Let me see. May 15th had long been circled on Marina. Okay, that's a personal story. She wanted to get some of the high-end packs. Yeah. So this was Be a Player, and when for the first time in the packs they had graded cards and a lot of just a really good player selection. So right here, there we go. Let's see what's next. There's a lot of content. Beckett Grading Service Reward. Yeah. And here we go. This is a really cool one. I like this. Have you seen me card gallery? So you used to be able to write into Beckett if you spotted any of these cards. These were the hard to find issues for them to confirm. And these are the ones that turned up. So we have El McInnes auto, Wayne Gretzky. There we go. Some really cool, really nice cards. Wayne Gretzky, Heroes signature. Mario Lemieux dual jersey. Pretty sweet. Lamux, as my girlfriend calls it. Mario Lemieux triple jersey, all-star. Ray Bork autograph. I am jealous. I want that one. Pictured in Colorado. Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, dual sign of the times. You have some really nice ones here, like Colorado, Ray Bork, Milan Hajduk, Rob Blake, triple signature. A nice two-color Olaf Kozig, Sergei Samsonov, and Oleg Saprikin, and you have a stick and jersey card of Stevie Yzerman. And that's everything for this packet. I apologize for the length, 32 minutes. A bit lengthy, but still a lot to go through. And next episode, I think I'll go back to a mid-90s issue, just to mix it up. So yeah, this right here was the October 2002 Beckett with Jose Theodore on the cover. So hope you liked that video. Also, quick shout out to Fultoncards, a new YouTuber, just came onto the scene recently. He does some random box breaks, and I've really enjoyed watching his videos. He goes into explanation of what each product brings and all that. He's pulled some nice pulls, and he does a wide variety, so check it out. Fultoncards. I will leave a link or some info in the description of this video. So as always, thanks for watching. Again, I apologize for the length of the video, but hopefully I can work on getting those videos shorter. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye.